In Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Piccolo got not one, but two new transformations, and as the film continues to release in theaters worldwide, many of you are starting to see these forms for the very first time. Orange Piccolo is one of those new transformations that has taken the community by storm, and just like Gohan Beast, the movie didn't fully explain what this form is and how big of an impact it really has on Piccolo's character. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do in today's video. I'm going to explain what Orange Piccolo is supposed to represent. I'm InnovativeJdawg, and if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball content. I want to thank you all for the overwhelming amount of support that you guys showed over on my Gohan Beast Explained video. It makes me really happy that you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen that video yet though, be sure to check it out. It was a lot of fun to make, and it may answer some of the questions that you still have about Gohan's new form. Today's video is sort of a follow-up to that Gohan Beast video because a lot of you had some unanswered questions about Piccolo's new transformation and wanted me to explain it in a similar fashion. So, due to popular demand, we're going to be talking all about Orange Piccolo and why it's an important milestone for his character arc, and not just a random form that was pulled out of thin air. But to fully understand Orange Piccolo, it's important that we look back at Dragon Ball Super Superhero and discuss how Piccolo unlocked the form in the first place, because believe me, it's a lot more important than you might realize. In the movie, despite not showing up until the final act after losing his fight against Gamma 2, Piccolo obtained the orange form earlier in the movie at the same time he achieved his Potential Unleashed form, which, according to Japanese translations, is actually called Potential Capacity Liberation. Regardless, about halfway through the movie, Piccolo infiltrates the Red Ribbon Army and learns about their plan to eliminate Goku and his friends, believing them all to be alien threats. Upon learning about their secret weapon, Cell Max, Piccolo urges Bulma to contact Whis so that Goku and Vegeta could return to Earth should they activate Cell Max, but she has no luck since they're off busy training and eating ice cream. Piccolo then remembers that Gohan and Krillin both had their potentials unlocked by Grand Elder Guru on planet Namek, and after realizing that there are very few options left to defend the planet, he decides to have Dende do the same to him. Long story short, Dende can't unlock Piccolo's potential by himself, so he upgrades the Dragon Ball so that Shenron can do it instead, and upon summoning the dragon, Piccolo asks him to unlock his latent potential. Not only did Shenron do that though, he also gave him an added bonus that later turned out to be Orange Piccolo, a form that completely changed the tide of battle and helped him defeat Gamma 2 with a single blow. Orange Piccolo is a form that has been said by Toriyama himself to be so powerful that he's now on par with Goku and Vegeta. So once again, Piccolo has been pushed to the top and is now one of Dragon Ball's strongest characters, all because of a little gift bestowed upon him by Shenron. So what's the big deal? Why did Shenron end up giving Piccolo an added bonus when he only asked to have his potential unlocked? Why did Piccolo tap into the form later on, rather than right there when he made the wish? Why is the form orange to begin with, and what does that symbol on his back represent? Well, that's actually one of the things that has been explained to us in official material. Orange Piccolo is supposed to be the physical embodiment of Namekian pride, and the entire concept of this form ties back to the roots of Namekian lore. According to the movie novelization of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, it's explained that the symbol on Piccolo's back represents the image of a Namekian Ajisa tree, those round blue trees that we see on planet Namek. The Ajisa tree is very important to Namekian culture, and since this form represents pride in the Namekian race, that's why we briefly see the symbol sprout out from roots on Piccolo's back before fully forming that glowing tree design, almost as if Piccolo himself is sprouting into something new, just like what an Ajisa tree would do when planted. When Piccolo made his wish to have his potential unlocked, Shenron fully tapped into Piccolo's roots as a Namekian warrior, not only drawing forth his full potential, but by also giving him access to a secret Namekian power that was always deeply rooted within him, something that needed to be awakened. It wasn't just a random form that Shenron decided to throw in for fun, it was actually supposed to be a worthwhile reward, serving as the culmination of Piccolo's character arc up until that moment. And for those who don't know, in Namekian culture, Dragon Balls were initially sought out by warriors who needed to use them during times of great suffering, and anytime a brave warrior showed devotion to their people and their planet by protecting it or saving it from a massive threat, they would be rewarded with a wish from the Dragon Balls. In a sense, that's exactly what happened to Piccolo when he made this wish. He was seen as a noble warrior who went above and beyond to protect the planet, and because of his actions, he was rewarded by Shenron, similarly to how Namekian warriors of the past were rewarded. The reason why it took so long for Piccolo to cash in on this reward was because up until now, he's never really needed to make a wish that coincided with the dragon rewarding him for being a noble warrior for a noble cause. That, and because realistically, the story wasn't written to give Piccolo a new type of transformation like this. In Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Piccolo is concerned with his ability to protect his friends and the planet he lives on. That's why he makes the wish to begin with. It's something he's never done up until now, and that's only because he's forced to do it. When he makes the wish for Shenron to unlock his potential, Piccolo is making the wish with a genuine interest towards protecting others and shows true devotion that he wouldn't have otherwise made during his days as the Demon King or even towards the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo's wish isn't just another wish where someone is trying to cheat their way to power, it's a representation of Piccolo's character arc coming full circle to show that he's reached that point in the story where he serves as the example of what a true, brave, and devoted Namekian should be, somebody that his people would have respected. Essentially, Orange Piccolo represents what Piccolo's character was always striving to become, something that we had seen bits and pieces of throughout the years. A pure Namekian warrior that showed full devotion to his people and his planet by embracing his roots as a Namekian and by embracing the power of the Dragon Balls themselves. In my eyes, this form serves as the next logical step in Piccolo's development. Up until now, we've seen him embrace and fuse with Nail, the best of what Namek had to offer, somebody who represented that quote-unquote perfect warrior, and what Piccolo could have possibly been had he stayed on Namek. And of course, he later re-merged with Kami to become what he had lost from the very beginning, a perfect harmony of both the warrior clan and the dragon clan in a single being. It felt like Piccolo's arc of discovering who he truly was had come to a close back when he re-merged with Kami, but now, after tapping into his latent potential and going beyond it, just like what Gohan had done, Orange Piccolo is the next step in what Piccolo was always destined to become, the true Namekian warrior that his race took pride in and considered its greatest warrior. In fact, I've heard a lot of people bring this up, and it's actually possible that Orange Piccolo is the true representation of a Super Namekian, rather than what we thought it was back when Piccolo refused with Kami to once again become the nameless Namekian, the son of Katatsu. We always thought that the Super Namekian was created when those two characters fused together back in the Cell Saga, but now, it's almost like Toriyama is wanting Orange Piccolo to be that actual Super Namekian form, because just like a Super Saiyan, Piccolo tapped into the orange form when he needed it most, giving him a massive boost in strength and a drastic change in design that no other form or fusion has done to him in the past. Toriyama even says that Orange Piccolo is the first time that he's gotten a proper transformation, so he wanted to give him a unique design that changed his physical appearance. Since Piccolo doesn't have any hair, he decided to make him really buff, have his antenna stick up towards the sky, and make him orange because he wanted to make this form as over the top as possible. But even if it was just made up on a whim, I feel like there's a proper explanation as to why Piccolo ended up turning orange rather than red or pink or any other color in the rainbow, and it has to do with the Dragon Balls like I mentioned earlier. Think about it for a second. The Dragon Balls are magical orbs that are deeply rooted in the history of the Namekian race, and the Orange Piccolo form is supposed to represent pride in Namekian culture, and it was also unlocked by Shenron, the dragon inside the Dragon Balls. If the form is deeply rooted in Namekian lore, wouldn't it make sense to have the form take on the same color as the Dragon Balls? The Dragon Balls are orange, the Orange Piccolo form is orange. It all makes sense if you ask me. But all in all, the explanation behind Orange Piccolo is really straightforward, and once it's all laid out in front of you, it's really interesting to see where this idea came from. Orange Piccolo is supposed to embody the best that Namek has to offer, and it's the representation of Piccolo's character arc coming full circle where he becomes a respectable Namekian warrior who takes pride in his race and its culture, so much so that he's able to awaken a secret power within him that makes him a warrior of legend. It's a uniquely designed form that embodies everything we know and love about Namekian lore, calling back to old material, all while directing us towards new lore that has yet to be uncovered. For now, all we know about Orange Piccolo is where the idea came from, what it represents, and how big of an accomplishment it is for Piccolo as a character, and it's always possible that as time goes on, we'll see more of what this form has to offer and what it truly means to the Namekian race. And with that, hopefully I answered most of the questions that you might have had about Piccolo's newest transformation. Are there any other questions that you still have that I might not have answered? Ask them down in the comments below and let's have a discussion. It's entirely possible that if we see Orange Piccolo again, we'll learn more about it that we didn't cover in this video, like maybe we'll actually get a different name for it in the future that isn't just Orange Piccolo, so if that ever happens, I'll be sure to come back and talk more about it, but for now, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, because if you did, please share this out to all your friends and be sure to subscribe to the channel for any and all Dragon Ball content. I've made dozens of other discussions that I know you'll love, and I plan on making more that I hope you stick around for and check out. Also, before I end the video, I wanted to let you guys know that I recently activated the Super Thanks bonus, where you can write a public comment, donate as little as $1 to the channel to help make it grow, and you get a cool highlight around your comment that makes it stand out among other viewers, making it easier for me to see them in the sea of comments that I get. Super Thanks is entirely optional, but if you love my content and want to show some extra support, or if you just want to say something nice, the option is now there. You can find it down next to the like and dislike bar, so I recommend checking it out if you're up for it. As always though, thank you all so much for watching and showing your support, it means a lot to me. Until my next video, I will be seeing all of you Dragon Ball fans later. See ya!